Today we're going to talk about Tian-Tai and Pure Land. The ninth patriarch of Pure Land Buddhism, Master O.E., wrote a commentary on the Amitabha Sutra using Tian-Tai Buddhism to explain Pure Land Buddhism. We will discuss the relationship between Tian-Tai and Pure Land. The Tian-Tai Buddhism was founded by Master Zhi based on this verse from Bodhisattva Nagarjuna. It says, "For dharmas arising from conditions, I affirm that they are empty. They are conventional, but yet indicate the meaning of the middle way. All dharmas arise from condition arising. Cause and effect, that's the basis for everything in this universe, including our body, including our family, include everything that we see in this world. They are all conditioned, means they are forever changing. It's impermanent, therefore I affirm that they are empty. Because they're changing, there's not an intrinsic nature in any of the conditioned dharma. We should not be attached to anything, including the idea of the self or anything that appears in our lives in this world. They are all illusory appearance based on the cause and conditions. Everything cannot stand alone by itself. Everything is interdependent and everything is forever changing. Everything is impermanent. We call it empty. We often say to surpass passion and depart from discrimination. That's how we actually let go of the attachment to the self and attachment to all dharmas. So emptiness is the basis of enlightenment. They are conventional, means even though everything is empty, they do have a temporary, provincial existence. We still live on this earth. We must use this life to be a true bodhisattva, give everybody the best we got, and be full of love, compassion, kindness, and joy. Spread our love to all sentient beings. That is a true bodhisattva. Focus on what's in the conventional world without any attachment to the world, but yet indicate the meaning of the middle way. Middle means we are balanced between the ultimate truth and the conventional truth. That's our true Buddha nature, the basis of all our cultivation. And that is the basis of Tian-Tai Buddhism. From these 4 lines, Master Zhi categorized all Buddha's teaching into 4 doctrines of conversion. The first teaching is called the Tripitaka teaching. This is the Theravada Buddhism. Their concept is focused on all conditioned arisings, such as Four Noble Truths and 12 links of dependent origination. They believe everything is really arising, really ceasing. This life and death, this samsara, this nirvana, it's really happening. That's why they try very hard to sever from the cycle of life and birth. This is called the rising and ceasing Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths are suffering, cause of suffering, cessation of suffering, way to end suffering. These are the 4 Noble Truths taught by Buddha. For the Theravada Buddhists, all things are condition rising and condition ceasing. To them, it's really happening. In reality, there is samsara, there's nirvana. So that's what they base their meditation on, to end the suffering of samsara. The second teaching is called common teaching, common to Theravada and common to Mahayana Bodhisattvas. So there's a higher level of emptiness. We understand everything condition arising. They are not really rising or ceasing. Therefore, Four Noble Truths is called non-arising Four Noble Truth. This is a higher level of emptiness. There's nothing really rising or ceasing. Everything does not exist by itself, nor by other causes, nor jointly with other causes, nor without causes. Thus, it is known to be non-existent. There are four deductive reasonings here. We should think everything is not really arising or ceasing at all. For example, if we have anger, we should use this deductive reasoning. First, where does this anger come from? Is this anger arising by itself? If it is, then we should be angry all the time. So that can be right. Number two, is it because of his words or other people's words that make you angry? If that is the case, then everybody should be angry. Why does it only affect you? So that can be right either. Number three, is it causes joined together that make you angry right now? No, because two things cannot be combined to create. Therefore, it can't be right either. Number four, is it without a cause? You just become angry for no reason. That can be it either. Conclusion, thus it is known to be non-existent. This anger never arise, never cease. You should just let it go. It never happened and it doesn't affect your Buddha nature at all. This is how we should contemplate all the time in order to have this prajna of emptiness. The third teaching is called the distinctive teaching. This is tailored for bodhisattvas. Not only do they know emptiness and let go of their attachment, they also focus on what's going on in the world. They understand the immeasurable Four Noble Truths. The 10 Dharma realms have different sufferings. Everyone is an incarnation. There are immeasurable numbers of beings with immeasurable numbers of suffering and cause of suffering, cessation of suffering, path to end suffering. A bodhisattva respects all sentient beings and their conditions, to be in harmony with them, to love them, to give them care in order to help them become enlightened. That's why it's called the immeasurable Four Noble Truths. Lastly, the complete teaching. This is what Tian-Tai Buddhism is all about, the complete round teaching. It's all-inclusive teaching. Nothing really matters anymore. Everything that's going on in the world, it's already your Buddha nature. Samsara is your Buddha nature. Nirvana is your Buddha nature. Nothing is of any difference. Sentient beings and Buddha are the same. It's called the non-doing Four Noble Truths. There's nothing for you to do. There's no suffering to depart from. There's no nirvana to gain. It's already your Buddha nature. It's just right here and right now in your one true mind. This is our true suchness. This is all that it matters. So we call it one color, one smell. Everything is the middle way. Any smell, any color, all dharmas in the world is already the Buddha. Because your mind is the Buddha. You don't have to try so hard to be out of suffering. You are already out of suffering because you are the Buddha. So that's the Tian-Tai teaching based on the Lotus Sutra. Because of these four types of teaching, we have the four Pure Lands of the Amitabha's Western Pure Land. We are studying Pure Land Buddhism, where we chant Amitabha Buddha's name, hoping to go to his world of ultimate bliss. Every Buddha's land have 4 different types of lands based on the 4 teachings. The first land is together dwelling pure land, where the ordinary beings and saints live together. Because we have not ended our affliction yet, that's why we dwell in this land. So this is about rising and seizing 4 noble truths. When we are still in the samsara, so by chanting the name Amitabha, even if we haven't ended our afflictions, we can still go to this land where the saints and the ordinary beings live together. Because of our Buddha nature, we will end reincarnation forever, and we will never retrogress just by chanting the name Amitabha. The second land is the land of expedient liberation. That's the arhats. They already severed the idea of the self, and they are learning the common teaching to gain a higher wisdom of emptiness. They can go further to the third land, the land of real reward. All the enlightened bodhisattvas, they live in this land of real reward. It's a beautiful land full of all the goodness and merits. They are in this conventional world trying to save sentient beings. The last land is the land of eternal still light. This land is where Amitabha resides. In this land, there's actually no form, nothing at all. It's just the Buddha nature. We call it eternal because the Buddha nature never ends, never dies, never moves, and is still without any wandering thoughts, without any chaos, and it's full of light, bright, illuminating, and shining. That's what our Buddha nature is like. So this is where all Buddhas reside. So if you can understand these 4 types of teaching based on the Tian-Tai Buddhism, you will know which land you will be going to. What is so special about Amitabha's Pure Land that's different from other Buddha's land is that this together dwelling Pure Land, in Amitabha's Pure Land, they are horizontal with the upper lands. We all dwell together in Amitabha's Western Pure Land. Us mundane people can be with the arhats, the bodhisattvas, and the Buddha in the same space. That's why it's the easiest, the fastest way for us to become enlightened and reach Buddhahood, because you are with these people who are enlightened. In conclusion, complete principle, accomplishing practice. Complete practice demonstrating the principle. The principle is the ultimate truth, the emptiness. The practice is the conventional truth where we have real physical practice. This can be chanting Amitabha, this can be our 6 paramitas, it can be any of our practice. The complete principle of the one true mind. When we dwell in our perfect nature, we will accomplish all our practice. Just one chanting of Amitabha, you are already the Buddha, because we have the principle. We have the Buddha nature to begin with. Any practice is a way to reach Buddhahood because we have it originally. Vice versa, all our practice is to show that we have the Buddha nature. The Buddha nature is our practice. The practice is our Buddha nature. Everything that you do, even if you're sweeping the floor, even if you're washing dishes, that can all be your practice. Because one color, one smell is already the middle way. So any of your practice is for you to go to the Western Pure Land. There is no obstructions between the principle and the practice, or we say the noumenon and the phenomenon, or between our heart and what is going on in the world. That way you know how to live this life by being empty, not attached to anyone or anything, but love all sentient beings and give the best that you have in this lifetime. At the end of our life, we will go to Amitabha's Western Pure Land. There is a woman, she hated her husband. Her hatred was so strong, she grew a lesion on her back. One day, she came to realization, I cannot live like this anymore. So she made a clear-cut decision. I will only have love toward my husband. We will live in harmony, peace, and kindness. From that day on, she never complained. She only extolled his greatness. 3 weeks later, she went back to the doctor. Her lesion was all gone. There was no more. Why is that? Because the principle, we have the Buddha nature. You should have a kind heart, then anything can happen in the physical world, in the world of the phenomena, because everything is based on our heart. So detach from the idea of the self, detach from all our opinions and judgment of others, only have love and kindness in this conventional world, then you are likely to align with all Buddhas and go to Amitabha's Western Pure Land. So that's the class for today. Thank you for listening. Amitabha.